Hopefully it's not too boring of a video. I took advantage of PSA's February special of $15 a card for 1989 and older. I focused mostly, that's why this might be a boring video. I mean, nothing, not too many Hall of Famers and things. I focused on the commons that I still need to get graded and keep grading and grading to completely grade my 71 and 56 sets. 71 Topps baseball, I'm trying to get in everything in PSA 5 or better. And my 56 Topps baseball, I'm trying to get just the basic set so I don't have each variation and, white back, gray back. Different the checklist, some of them have 6 different variations. I'm just trying to get one of each card graded. And so for 56, I'm trying to do PSA 3 or better. And I've had good luck with the 56s I've submitted. Geez, I mean, there have been some 6s and 7s. I've gotten quite a few with those grades. So, videos are kind of scarce right now. I do apologize. I need to still catch up on at least a few videos of comments and reply to everybody. I don't remember the last day off I had. So I wasn't supposed to work today, but because of the blizzard and people got stranded yesterday, so they had to run extra buses today, and they needed me to do one of the runs. So yeah, and then sorry, my hands. I've scrubbed my hands a few times today. Don't worry, I'm not like some filthy, getting crud all over the cards, but pulled over one of the on my way back in my car. Back home, one of the drivers heading up the grade, he's 86 years old, was chaining up, so I pulled over to help him chain up the bus. So that's why I got completely filthy, greasy, grimy. So, but enough background. It's the usual. I'm busy as heck. It is March 1st. You guys probably won't see this till the 2nd or whenever I get it posted. The PSA special had to be entered in by the end of February, yesterday. So I got that done, and then it just needs to be mailed off, or they have to receive it within like 30 days of you doing that. So I'm going to get it in the mail towards the end of the week. I got all the packaging ready to go, and I just figured I'd run through and show you what's going to PSA. 53 cards, and my guesses on what I think they'll get. So these are not a number order. It's just in the order that I'm setting them in. I mean, some of these look really gorgeous, but I take out my contact lenses so I can see like crazy close and, with all the corners in it. But these are some of my better 71s. Some of the other ones that might not get a 5, I may end up just buying already graded. Some that won't get a 5 or better. But anyways, this is a gorgeous Don Mincher. And my guess on it was, I already wrote down my guesses on the order sheet, so these were just the post-it notes that were still there. So I guessed a 6 on this, so that is that's super sharp for a 71 to, a 6 is a nice grade on a 71. Skip Gwynn. And I believe, so a lot of these that I'm sending in are high numbers and short prints. So I think this one, yes, card 741. I guessed a 6. So the high numbers in 71, just like a lot of the 60s into the early 70s sets are tough cards. A Milt May rookie. And it's not a high number, but it was a nice shape. I guessed a 6.5, 6.5. So PSA does not give, it's frustrating because, some of these cards are just in between. I don't think this is good enough to be a 7. I hope it gets a 7, but it's way too nice to just be a 6. So that's why I guessed 6.5. So I didn't know which way to go. I couldn't pick 6 or 7, so I just went in the middle. But unfortunately, I wish PSA would hand out more half grades. I mean, they brought in half grades. Man, I want to say, when did they like 06 or 07, and I wish they would use them more. All right, Phillies team. That's, man, this one I'm shooting high on this one. I'm guessing a 7.5 on this Phillies team. This Marichal, this is one of the ones I got in a trade with DJ Squish from the channel Driller and Squish. This nice Marichal. Gorgeous. I'm guessing a 6. Al Weiss. I know this is I think the second to last card in the set. Yeah, 751. I guess the 6 on the Weiss. And then so an example of, so I was also going to get the last card of the set graded that I have raw, 752. It looked gorgeous, but then all of a sudden as I was looking at it close, there were a bunch of like ink splotches, imperfections. So the card itself I thought would get a 6, but then I'm like, man, it might get a qualifier. It might get knocked down to like a 4 because of the ink imperfections. So I went online and bought one in a 5 on eBay. I think with shipping and tax and everything, it was $18. So I couldn't beat that. So I went ahead and got that, snatched that up. So bought that graded instead of grading a lesser card of 752, which is the last card in the set. But this is second to last card, 751, the Al Weiss. Rick Rennick. On Rick, we guessed so I have a guess of a 7, but then the hope, sometimes I'll put a hope where I call it my unrealistic guess, but hey, it could be, of a 7.5. So, I mean, not a huge difference between my guess and a hope, but guess 7 and hope of 7.5. This is another just sharp card for a 71. Milt Ramirez, guessed a 6. Tony Oliva, guessed a 5. Jim Qualls, guessed a 6 with a hope of 6.5. So again, I wrote all these down already. So when I get the grades, I'll do a blind reveal and run through and show you you know, how my guesses were compared to what they got. And so this is another high number, 731. I believe this is another high number, the rookie pitchers. Yeah, 747, that's a way high number. So on this one, I put a guess of a 5 because of the lower left corner. So there's a lower left corner. I mean, it's from the back, it looks great, but from the front, it's a heavy ding. So, so my guess is a 5 because of that, but I hope they give it a 6. But, and then Jim Holt. This is a really low number, I believe. This is card 7 or 8, right? Yeah, card 7. It was just a nice shape, so I decided to send this in right now too. Guess of a 5 on the Holt. Jerry Morales. We have a guess of a 5, hope of a 5.5. Aparicio. Guess of a 6 on the Hall of Famer. Would be kind of cool. John Odom. I think this one I had a high guess. Yep. Guess of a 6, hope of a 7 on the Blue Moon Odom. Paul Lindblad. Gum stain on the back, but guess of a 6, hope of a 7. So, you know, as you saw from my last blind reveal, the 78 Schmidt that had a pretty bad gum stain or wax stain on the back got an 8. So, I mean, I guess a gum or wax stain on the back doesn't knock these down as far, but my guess is a 6, hope of a 7 on that one. And then this one, I do already have graded, but it's an iconic card that, a nicer one, I'm going to get a second one graded. The one for my set is a 5, but if this would replace it if it gets a little higher. So my guess is a 5, hope of a 5.5 on the iconic second year Thurman Munson Gold Cup card. Just, this is one of a lot of people's favorite cards from the 71 set. Steve Carlton, guess of a 5. And that'll do it for my 71s. Now, kind of some others that I went through some of my sleeved cards and pulled out some that I thought were, really nice. And I think a lot of them I don't have graded yet, except the first 2. I already have this graded somewhere, but an old Willie Mays card, it's worth getting slabbed. I mean, I love these 58 All-Star cards. Now, this is a very low grade because there are multiple faint creases. I mean, it's hard to see, but it looks beautiful. That's why I'd like it slabbed too. And my guess is a 2 because of the multiple creases. But just, I mean, for a 2, that's going to look cool in a slab graded up. Now, this, man, these Ryan, the 79s are just, they're hard to grade. But I have one of these that when I sent it years ago, one of my early PSA orders, I thought would get a 9, the one I sent way back then. I got a 7. I still really can't see why. I don't want to have a hope of a 9 on this, so I just guessed an 8. I don't want to be let down, but the corners on this are razor sharp. I think it's off-center just slightly bottom to top. And with these thin borders on 79s, it exaggerates it. So it might get an 8. And then the back is off-center quite a bit. I think that was another factor why I thought it's going to get an 8. So, but that's still a cool card. All right, now this next one. Pack pulled as a kid. The neighborhood kids and I split a box of 84 Donruss, and man, looking back, I think that box was, what was it, like $11 for the box. You just go, oh my gosh. This is my only 84 Donruss Mattingly that I own, and I pulled it as a 12-year-old kid back then. So off center, obviously, but I'm hoping not so much that it takes it below an 8 because everything else is stunning on it. A little bit of a weird surface issue in the border here, but hopefully it's not enough to ding it down further. So 84 Donruss Mattingly, an 8. This is the only football card of the order, but it's just so sharp I had to send it. I pulled this out of the 84 rack pack that I opened, a month or 2 ago on the channel. And it's just super sharp. There's some little printing issue here and here, but centering is nice. The corners are nice. I'm guessing an 8.5 with a hope of a 9 on the 84 Ronnie lot. I mean, not a high value card, but still, I mean, anything older and like just beautiful shape is just, it's neat. That's all I can say. It's neat. This 87 Donruss Maddox, it was so tempting to put a guess of a 10, but on these 87 Donruss, they're always finding something. So my realistic guess on it is a 9. I do not see really any flaws. There could be the slightest, I think this corner slightest bit a little fuzziness, but that is a sharp Maddox rookie. This card, I mean, I have a lot of these. Went through, I think this might be my best one. So I did guess a guess of a 9, hope of a 10. It's one of these I think could get a 10, but I don't think that would be a realistic guess. So my guess, I put a 9 on the 89 Fleer Griffey Junior rookie. Now all the rest of these are 56s. So 56s are a cool set, but again, these are all common. So if you tune out, I totally understand, because I These are not graded yet, and there's more exciting seeing them already graded. But Giants team, 56 tops. I'm guessing a 3. I forgot why, but I'm assuming there's some surface or creasing issues. And again, for my 56 set, I'm trying to get 3 or better. I don't have that many 3s, so maybe someday I upgrade it to 4 or better. Bobby Morgan. Now a lot of these are going to be pretty good guess, or higher guesses, because some of these are sharp. So guess 5.5, hope of a 6 on that one. It's these, I mean, a lot of these are just beautiful. That's why I'm excited to finish this set too, because a lot of the raw that I have are in nice shape. Rance Plus, I'm guessing a 5. On the Dell Ennis, I'm guessing a 6. On the Art Ditmar, I am guessing a 6. On the Jim Hearn, guessing a 3 with a hope of a 3.5. And a lot of these say, why would you get that graded if you think it's going to get a 3? But I looked at a lot of these that are already graded, and a lot of 56s, even in lower grade, are selling for $20, $25, $30. So just grade the one I have. Now this is a tough one. This one has some surface wrinkles, but I looked at even trying to find a PSA 4 on eBay or anywhere. They're like $70. So let's try to grade this one. Card number 2, the National League president. I'm guessing a 3 because it has surface wrinkles. So they don't go through to the back. So, and it is a white back variation. Really hope it gets that guess of a 3 or better. Gail Harris, guess of a 5.5. It's another white back variation. So when you do the PSA order, they have all the variations listed. That's when you see one of these team cards. It's one of 6 variations. I don't know which is the most rare or valuable. Larry Jackson, guessing a 6. And I mean, these are they're gorgeous. I don't know if it's little like edge or corner issues or things that, I mean, it's hard to see on video. I mean, on video this might look like a darn 8, but I really looked at these close. But the eye appeal's incredible. None of the 56s I'm sending have gum or wax stains. Bob Neiman, guess of a 5, hope of a 6. Bobby Hoffman, guess of 5. Clem Labine. Now this is one of my higher guesses out of these 56s. 7.5 is my guess. So I'm hoping. That's a very optimistic guess on this, but that one is stunning, as stunning as it looks on camera. Willie Jones, guess of a 6. Jake Martin, guess of a 5.5. Bob Speak, guess of a 5. Bob Grimm, guess of a 6, hope of a 7. Now here's one of the ones that has a ton of variations. So this Indians team, guess of a 5, hope of a 6. All right, the variations. Let's see. Gray back and white back. So this is a gray back. Date on front or no date on front. This has no date. And then out of the no date, name left or name centered. So on the label, this is going to be a gray back, no date, name centered. Crazy, huh? Arnold Portocarrero is a guess of a 6. Nelson Burbrink, guess of a 7. So this is another one that's super sharp. White back variation. Bob Keegan, guess of a 4.5, hope of a 5. Bobby Avila, guess of a 5. Stu Miller, guess of a 6, hope of a 7. Here's another team. Braves team, guess of a 4.5, hope of a 5. Same thing as the Indians card. Gray back, no date. I think it says 1957 on the ones with the date, and name centered. So since I have both the Indians and the Braves in this version, I'm kind of assuming this is the more common. It's cool. You have all the names here so you can find like Hank Aaron and stuff and see where they are in the picture, and it's really neat. Harvey Haddix, guess of a 4.5, hope of a 5. Jack Harshman, guess of a 5, hope of a 5.5. So a lot more hopes on these, I think, just because, I don't know, with it's thicker cardstock, so sometimes I'm thinking, you know, maybe it'll get better than what my guess is, just because some of the wear on the front, on the back, it's just more of kind of a, you know, it's not worn in the same spot. Like a corner might look like it's dinged on the front, but you flip it over and the corner's sharp, so that means there's just kind of something more on the surface of the front. So it's a lot more hope and guesses on these 56s, where with the other cards, a lot of them just had a straight guess, like this one. Just a straight guess of a 5.5 on the Mayo Smith manager. And Joe Astroff, guess of a 5.5. But my guess is actually a 4 if the back corner crease stands out. So there's a back, one of these, harder to see in the holder, has a crease across the corner. So depending if they classify that as a crease, probably get a 4, but if that doesn't ding it down, especially since it's on the surface on the back, my guess is a 5.5. But I did note that on my sheet too when we run through the blind reveal, which, you know, PSA might be 2.5 to 3.5 months from now. So Don Hoke, guess of a 5.5, hope of a 6. I think it was the last card, Don Blassingame, guess of a 6, hope of a 6.5. So this is what's going off the PSA this week. Hope you enjoyed looking at these cards with me. And upcoming videos, we have, I don't know if I mentioned before, I still need to go through my Pack Extravaganza winnings just real quick. And then I ended up buying 2 boxes, or 2 of the February Retro Wax boxes that will be fun to go through, probably in at least a couple videos, kind of divvy everything out, because that's going to be, since I bought 2 Jared at Retro Wax, or Jared Slater of Slater's Sports Cards .com said he's going to throw in some extras. So it's going to be at least 55 to 60 packs. So fun. All right. Have a good night. I will, like I said, I always think about trying to do videos more close together, getting more videos up, but it's just, it's, I mean, work is busy, which is always a good thing. They need me a lot. So, it's good. But I'm just rambling. Since they need me, I'm just, I work as much as they need me. So, but I did tell them, come on, I need a break here and there. All right, guys, have a good night.